Are you going to fight, or are you going to allow yourself to succumb to this energy?
Jingle bell,
Hello, Libra. Welcome to your December 2019 reading. I'm Princess India if you're new. If you're family, welcome back, my friend. You know what I'm saying? And whatnot or whatever. So anywho, we're going to go ahead and jump right into your cards. Happy Kwanzaa, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Christmas, Solstice, whatever it is you celebrate. Happy that. Happy holidays. You know what I'm saying? So anywho, Libra, we're going to go ahead and jump right into you guys' cards. We're going to ask Spirit to give us clear and direct guidance for my Librans. Anything that they need to know, anything of utmost importance, I ask that they come to the forefront in this here reading, please, Spirit. And as always, I thank you in advance, Spirit, because I know you're good for it. And whatnot or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So let's see what is cracking for my Libra peoples for the last month in 2019 and stuff and what's not or whatever. And I'm telling you guys because, man, I'm trying to be efficient and get these readings done for all signs super quick because it's a lot going on in the ethers right now. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? And I know that y'all need these little monthlies going on. So, but the thing I'm going to tell you, like I'm going to tell everyone, because once I finish these, it's a whole bunch of other stuff we got to talk about. But it's most important, Libra, this month to reassess the last year as well as the last 10 years. Because there is something that is hidden right on the outskirts of the last decade. I'm just saying, and it's important to know going into 2020, okay? Listen to me. Listen to your friend Princess, okay? I know what I'm talking about. You trust me? Of course you do, because you're a Libra. Libras love me. Shout out to my brother who's a Libra. Love you. Anywho, central energy for this month. We have the Five of Chalices. Got a little sadness going on. Okay? This is challenged by the Judgment in the reverse. Past influence is the Sun in the reverse. Oh my gosh. That's two major arcanas. Three major arcanas. Underlying influence is the Star in reverse. Oh my goodness, Libra. What is happening in America? Above energy, we have the King of Chalices in the reverse. And going forward, we have the Emperor in the reverse. Okay. Sweet baby Jesus. Let me grab my crystals. You know what I'm saying? I had to light up my salt lamp before I started y'all's video. I don't think in any of the videos that's my salt lamp. Well, I mean, it's not really a lamp. It's just like a hunk of salt. That is, never mind. Anywho, but before I started you guys' video, you know, I was doing my same old little meditation thing. But, you know, I've not that I ignore the messages that I get for you guys, but I'm more or less channeling that into the extendeds because I've changed how I've done the extendeds. So I use those messages for the extendeds. But Spirit told me to light that little thing. And the purpose for that is it releases ions, right, to pretty much neutralize any heavy energies. And looking at your cards, Libra, I understand. Because what this looks like to me that Librans are feeling in the month of December, it's a lot of, I don't want to necessarily say dark, but it's low vibe emotional energies. And it's within the realm of grief, sadness, depression, things of the sort. Now, we need to take into account that it's December and it's holiday time. And something that I know, and I've said this with other signs, is that during this time, feelings that we may feel in passing throughout the year are amplified. So if a person is feeling loneliness and things of the sort, these things are amplified. You being single is very, very, you know, kind of highlighted in the month of December. Or if it's family members that bring up bad memories and things of the sort, these are all things that are brought up. So I want to say that to you guys as a disclaimer of, you know, any heightened emotions that you guys are feeling. It has a lot to do with us being influenced by the outside world, right? And for others of you, it could be a specific event, right? It could be the simple fact, and I just got a whole nother message too. For some of you, it could be a very specific event where it's remembering a loved one that you lost, or, just kind of feeling some type of way about your life. But the whole challenge is going to be for you all this month is ascending to a higher state of being, right? And I'm seeing a lot of that in all of the readings. It's like and I mean, it has been happening for months, but the whole thing is that we're all being challenged to utilize newer, more high vibrational tools, so to speak, to apply to our lives, right? Because the thing I'm seeing with Librans, it's a level of disalignment, right? You're experiencing these emotions, you're feeling some type of way. There could be, the King of Cups in the reverse in you guys' conscious space, and me seeing the Emperor in the reverse. For some of you, this could be an actual person, whether it's like a relationship partner or a father figure of some sort. And it's almost like an apprehension to be around this person, or just this person taking up a lot of your thought space. But you guys have to be aware that if this is an external person, and I mean whether this is past or present, you have to be cognizant of that, because when there's people in your life, because what I'm feeling specifically for this type of person, it's a level of like mental abuse or emotional abuse that's kind of tied to this person. And the thing is even if this person isn't physically in your life, it's like they're affecting you presently, in the sense that how you're thinking about them it's influencing what you're feeling, or what it is that you're kind of ruminating over or remembering from the past, whatever. It's affecting your present emotional state. It's affecting your present mental state. And you're still giving this person power and dominion and control over you in your life, because they're taking residence in your emotional and thought space, right? That's why it's always so imperative that we're cognizant of thinking about what it is we're thinking about, and exploring the pathways of emotions that we're feeling. Because even after a person leaves, they still have control over our movement forward. And that's what I'm seeing for you guys. With all of these cards, I'm seeing that there's the potential and the possibility. And to me, I feel this is very intricately aligned with something to do with you guys. And you could be in a helping profession, like actually working in the helping profession. So this could be affecting your job or your ability to work. For others of you, this may be an aspiration of yours. To help people, and like, whether it's teaching or therapy or social work or something where you're in a helping profession, being a nurse, like what have you. But I feel that you guys' perception of yourself or your ability is being affected by this person, whether past or present. And you have the opportunity to gain dominion over it, but it's going to require a level of inner strength, because there's a need for you guys to get back into alignment with yourself and with spirit. Because all of the energies that I'm feeling in relation to this, it's like disorganization, sadness, crying, feeling burned out, feeling hopeless, not really seeing how one can move forward, needing to get things in order. So there may be things that you need to do either for work or like for the holidays. This really feels like depression. I'm not going to lie to you. Like all of these cards to me are saying depression. And I mean, for some of you, because I'm getting a lot of different messages, but it's like because it's like, I honestly couldn't say one particular storyline. Because it's like, I gotta use a New Orleans word. It's buku different storylines, y'all. It's buku different things that led y'all here. Some of y'all, it's a father figure that is narcissistic. For others of you, it's a past or present relationship partner that's narcissistic. And the thing that I'm saying is, for those of you who've had a narcissistic person in your life past tense, it's showing up to me as if they're still here. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why is because you're carrying them in your mental and emotional space. Or it's the effect that they've had on you past tense, like a false core belief you're still carrying, that's influencing the thoughts and the emotions. So the reason why that's coming up so heavy is because it's letting you know how you resonate with this reading is you feel buku depressed right now. You feel buku burned out, tired. You feel hopeless. You don't know how to move forward. Everything is a mess. You probably haven't showered for a couple of days. You know what I'm saying? And everything in your house is in disarray. You know you got to get up and do things because Christmas is coming up, but you just can't find the energy to do it. You're just overburdened, overworked, tired of all these good things, right? So that's the sign that this is intended to resonate with you. Those are the people that I'm talking to, right? Now, the reason why you're feeling these emotions, and I wouldn't be talking to someone who has like bipolar or clinical depression unless you stop taking your medication. You know what I'm saying? But so this is kind of like a situational type of thing. You may have been fine. Maybe you started to fall into this at the end of December, but at the end of November, but in December, you're feeling hella depressed and hopeless and burnt out about life. You're desiring things that you feel like you don't have, and you're feeling like really sorry for yourself, right? So that's the resonance thing. The reason why, the thing that's influencing this is past partner or parental figure, right? That's narcissistic, emotionally abusive, and things of the sort, right? That's the thing that's kind of influencing it. Now, the reason why, or what it is that Spirit is telling you guys to handle this, is it's reminding you that you've stepped out of alignment with yourself. So the low vibrational energy like gained access or a doorway into your personal space because you stepped out of alignment. So if we look at this as like you being in this little, like a gated in fence thing, right? And this is high vibrational energy, right? So you guys were over here and then something distracted you. You opened up the gate. You walked out of the little, I don't know why I'm seeing it like a sheep's pen. You walked out the little sheep's pen of high vibration and you went out into the realm of low vibration. You know what I'm saying? So it leaves you open and vulnerable to where these low vibe energies found an access point into your space. And it's like you go out looking because you got distracted. And we were talking oh my gosh, with Libra. Didn't I say this last month? Wasn't I talking to y'all last month about dark distractions? That's exactly what happened. So the sheep's pen is your body, right? Your personal space. Something distracted you guys and took your attention over here. So you walk outside the gate, but you forgot to close the gate behind you. All these little sneaky low vibrational entities, and I'm saying this hypothetically, not saying that you're infested with entities, but follow me. So all of these little entities come into your little sheep's pen, right? So you heard the noise, you didn't see anything, so you come back into your sheep's pen and you close the gate behind you, and now suddenly you're depressed and you don't know why, right? So what this is symbolizing is it's something that distracted you guys from what it is that you were focused on that was feeding high vibrational energy to you. It was something that was giving you hope for the future. It was something that was making you feel really positive about yourself. You were motivated to turn things around, and suddenly you weren't. But the key is here, this is intricately related to a person. It feels heavily male to me. It's either a dad or like a past relationship partner. And then for my dudes out there, this could be a chick that embodies a lot of masculine energy, but the signifier for her is that she would be someone who's extremely emotionally manipulative, someone who's very domineering and controlling and impossible to please, right? But all of this that's going on in your inner world is starting to affect your outer world. So the thing is here is this is being said so that you guys can recognize it and regain power over it, right? Because as long as you're at will to these emotions and you're identifying like, I'm depressed, I'm sad, I just don't feel like doing anything. As long as you keep identifying with these things, this energy would continue to hover over you. So the thing is that everything that is off kilter in your life, like all this blocked energy that I'm seeing, it's also the solution. So looking at the Five of Cups that's upright with you guys central energy, that's what's happening. That's where you are. All of the other cards that are surrounding this are all in the reverse. So with the King of Cups that are in the reverse and you guys mental space, there's a need for you to focus on either reparenting yourself if it's that deep, right? Channeling your energy to break it up, because I'm giving you more or less a solution on how to break up this energy. And the way that you break up low vibrational energy is doing the polar opposite. So As opposed to focusing on yourself and low vibrational emotions, you could focus on someone else, whether that's your kids or, you know, a friend or volunteering or what have you. It's like giving light to another person is one method, but the key is more or less to re-identify with what it is that was inspiring you guys before. So those of you who are desiring to go into a helping profession, it's like start looking at, you know, a program, or start looking for jobs or researching it, or reach out to a mentor or a person, or sometimes a counselor or a therapist if it's that bad. You know what I mean? Someone who can give you wise counsel to kind of break you out of this energy, right? Or it's just channeling your mind to a higher vibrational ideal that you guys were inspiring before, that you were deterred from with this little dark distraction that's happening here, right? Another thing to do is a very practical 3D thing is to get organized. So like I said, if you haven't showered in a couple of days, get up, go take a shower, eat something, clean up your house, clean up your room, clean up your car, clean up your office. It's like organize your environment, right? For others of you, it's simply to just make plans. If it's something in your life externally you can't change and stuff is just sucking right now, the key is to focus on what you intend to do to either get out of this situation, or focusing on what it is that you have that's immediately in your control. You know what I mean? So that's balancing your checkbook. I don't know if anybody does that anymore. Or, you know, just if you're in school, organizing your paperwork, looking at what you're going to have to do for the next semester or what have you. And another thing with the judgment that's in the reverse as you guys challenge is reattuning to your spiritual base. So I don't know what spiritual practice you guys have, or if you have one, or if you have one at all. If you don't, it would be imperative to start discovering one or aligning with one. And then for those of you who do have one, it's a need to realign with one. Because the thing that I'm seeing is here, the people I would be talking about are people who maybe you pray or you do something, but I feel like this dark energy kind of hits you. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't feel like something, that necessarily happened. It feels like something that's very past tense. You know what I mean? And it feels like like it snuck up on you. You know what I mean? Like a past memory snuck up on you and it just completely altered how you felt about it. There's something somebody said to you before or whatever. And then for those of you who are kind of overworking, is needing to kind of balance that out too. Because I feel for some of you, you may have tried to put buku time, energy, and effort into work to not think about whatever this was, and that's burning you out. You know what I mean? Because all I'm seeing here is like the byproduct of a person coming out of alignment with themselves. And the key is to get back to the state of balance. But the main central thing that's extremely important to all of this is your spiritual base, or whatever it is that you guys find strength in. But in so many words, this message is heavily saying to Libras that it's like it's making you very personally accountable. So it's like it wasn't some external force that got you here, so to speak. Granted, there's an influence, but it's showing you that there was something that you did or a choice that you made that got you out of alignment, and spirit is like trying to show you how to get back into alignment. So it's kind of like it was a choice that made this undone. It's a choice you can make to make it done again, right? I hope that makes sense, y'all. What is at the bottom of y'all's deck? We have the Knight of Pentacles at the bottom of you guys' deck. So the thing that I'm seeing is here, it's so funny actually. This is really funny, because I'm seeing this a couple of ways. So for some of you, this is going to come in the form, and I'm going to tell you how it is I saw it first, because that's why I think it's funny. It's the fact that if you're a Libra and you've been waiting for your reading, I legit saw myself in the Knight of Pentacles. I'm not going to lie. It's like, Princess taking so long, why she ain't posed Libra yet? And it's like, here I come with this little pentacle. Like, hey, so this is what you need to do, my friend. That was my first impression that I got looking at this card. I'm not going to lie to you. It is like, I look at the Knight of Pentacles as the slowest knight in the deck, and I'm slowly treading and putting these little here readings up, you know what I'm saying? So it's like a little piece of knowledge. But other than that, the thing that I'm seeing is here, because you typically could look at the Knight of Pentacles as like, someone who's bringing in, like a message. The thing that I'm feeling is to not say to you guys that an external force is going to come in and give you something that is going to completely turn your situation. Because what I'm being told is to really drive home literally how much control you have in the situation. And the key is not to look to someone else to help you get out of this. It's almost like there's something inside of you guys that spirit is trying to bring out. So you're being put in a situation. And I always joke about Libras, like calling a bunch of people to try to get their opinion before you make a decision. It's almost like you're being backed into a corner where you have to make a decision and you can't really rely on anyone else. But the purpose of this is because spirit is trying to bring something that's lying dormant within you guys out. You know what I mean? So the whole thing to stress here is not to succumb to this low vibrational energy, to tap into that inner fighter through goals, aspirations, dreams, and desires. Allow that to be your beacon of light to bring you out of this. But it's almost like it's trying to bring this grit. It's like, are you going to fight, or are you going to allow yourself to succumb to this energy? It's like separating the wheat from the tare, so to speak. But I feel that this is more or less coming in with the Knight of Pentacles, is seeing this as tangible action steps that can be taken. You know what I mean? But of course, they can go in two different directions. You can remain stagnant, or you can fight to get out. And granted, it's not going to be a quick switch with it being Pentacles energy. It's like, it's going to take a consistent action you guys are doing every day. You know what I mean? Or constantly rechecking your thoughts or dismissing this thought. But you guys can get out of this situation. And looking at what the cards that are underneath it, it's going to take work. But this has a lot to do with the self-concept type of thing. But I feel like your success is guaranteed either way. Whatever it is you guys are aspiring to, you're going to get there. But the whole thing is you have to put your inner space in check first. And that's like the consistent theme I'm seeing for all of the signs this month is personal accountability. You know what I mean? It's like you guys needing to make a decision. But I think what's important is you guys identifying whatever this little dark distraction was for you all. And for those of you who haven't watched the November recap that are Librans, I would highly suggest that you do and really utilize those reflection questions. Because it's even becoming more clear to me now. I'm going to go ahead and pick the 3 cards for the 3 groups for the extended. And then after that, I'm going to pick you guys a surrender oracle because it's Surrender December. And throw out the dice. So if you guys are about that extended life, go ahead and pick card 1, 2, or 3. But the whole thing is here is Spirit has made it so clear to me, like, because legit, when I get those questions to ask for the reflection questions, I don't quite understand what relevance that they really have. Because some of them, especially this month, it seemed like, why would you even be asking them that? But as I started doing the readings for December, it made perfect sense. Where it's like, oh, I see where that's relevant. You know what I mean? So the thing that I'm saying for you guys, if y'all haven't watched the recap, I would really suggest that you guys watch it and really use those reflection questions, because I feel with unearthing whatever this is, because I talked a lot about dark distractions in that video. It's like the whole first portion of the video was talking about dark distractions, and then there's the reflection questions in reference to them. And I feel like you guys need to, or I'm not going to say you need to, but I feel it's going to behoove you if you utilize the information that's in that video if you're not, 100% sure on what this is that we're talking about. You know what I'm saying? I hope that makes sense, y'all. But this energy is hella heavy. I'm not going to lie to you. And I feel for y'all, because I know what it's like to be in that mental space. But I just really want to give you guys charge to let you know that you have more control than you're aware of. But the whole reason why this is happening is because Spirit is literally trying to bring something lying dormant in you to the forefront. So if you guys pick card number 1, we have Patience, your group 1. If you pick card number 2, we have the Creator in your group 2. And if you pick card number 3, we have Success, and you are group 3. That's looking good for me, I'm just saying. Watch y'all extended be like buku high vibe since we got all of this out. And I mean, this is really epic because y'all have 4 major arcanas sitting here. So the whole thing that I'm saying is it feels like a baby dark night of the soul, because usually when we have depression that comes out of nowhere, it's like, you know, your good old healing sickness and things of the sort, and purging out low vibrational energies and blah, blah, blah. But the whole thing that I'm seeing here is all of these cards on the upright are beautiful, amazing, transformative spiritual lessons. The whole premise of this is to get you guys on another level, but it's very practical steps. You know what I mean? It's inner balance between your masculine and feminine energies. It's allowing hope to always be your beacon of light to thrust you forward. It's like hope in the future, hope in the divine, and something bigger than yourself is always going to be your way out. And that's a little tidbit of information that I can give you guys. I feel like I said something similar to this to Pisces. But the thing that I was saying is, for me in my life, the thing that always gets me out of any form of darkness, disappointment in my life, it doesn't matter if I'm rich, if I'm poor, if people love me, or if people hate me. The one thing that always gets me out of bed every day, the one thing that I know that's never going to go away in my life, even if everyone that I love and care about left me, is my purpose, right? It's what it is that spirit is leading me to do every day. That's something that once you're in possession of, cannot ever be taken away from you. And even in the most hopeless situation, it will always be your beacon of light to lead you, because it's not contingent upon situation, circumstance, people. You know what I mean? Because we have people that we love, but I mean, we can lose them. It's not contingent upon anything that's ever changing. It's contingent upon something that's eternal. You know what I mean? So it's like that connection that we have with God is something, in like, you know, the meaning and the purpose and the vision that it gives us for our lives. That's something that no human being, no situation, no circumstance, no economic status can ever take away from you. That is the light. It's like once you tap into that, you become all powerful. You become fully empowered, and it doesn't matter what befalls your path. You always know that you can overcome it. Yes, you'll get sad. Yes, you get disappointed, but you're always going to bounce back, right? And I feel that's the place that Librans are being led to, but it's almost like something in you has to snap, where even when you're in the midst of darkness, you absolutely refuse to succumb to it because it's been done for so long. I just can't do it anymore. You know what I mean? And that's what I feel cultivates grit. And it's a beautiful thing that you guys are in this space right now. Yeah, it freaking sucks. But the person who comes out of the other end, man, unstoppable. You feel me? So Spirit, what does Libra, that's my little tangent for the day, my passionate tangent, moving right along. What does Spirit need to surrender in December, Spirit? What did I say? What does Spirit need to? I don't know what I just said. What does Libra need to surrender in December, please, Spirit? It's always darkest before dawn, Libra. Surrender to setting limits. It is healthy to set boundaries in relationships. Practice expressing your needs and remember that no is a complete sentence. So I say that for y'all, whether this is a partner, ex-partner, or a family member or something. And I say for those of you, if it's like a family member that you really don't feel comfortable being around and you guys are kind of worried about that, you can go ahead and formulate a yes or no question for the Dice of Resonance. If it's something that y'all don't want to, you know, like go to a certain holiday event because of a person, you know that you need to know that you have the right to say no. You know what I mean? That's not something you want to do. And I feel the need to tell you, if you go in the description box below, there's a link to my Amazon store. I might actually link the book itself so y'all don't have to search through all the books I have on there. So let me go ahead and write that down to make sure that I link it. There's a book that's like a staple for every single therapist in America. And it was out of print for a very long time. And homegirl just started reprinting it. And I think it's because I always make people buy this book, you know. But the book is called Learning to Say No. I'm going to link it below the video. But if you're having issues with setting boundaries or not really sure how to do that, that book is probably the most greatest resource on boundary setting in America, in the world. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to link it below this video. But if there's something that you feel is going to contribute, well, not necessarily contribute to your sadness, but if it's something that you guys are kind of anxious about or something that you feel isn't going to add to you and is going to take more away, know that you have the right to say, no, I'm not coming to Christmas dinner because I don't fool with them people like that. You know what I'm saying? I hope you asked your yes or no question. We have Venus, we have Aquarius, we have Leo, we have family. I'm just saying. And the answer to your question is no. So Venus, Aquarius, Leo, family, and no. Libra, how did y'all reading end up being the longest one? Y'all got a whole rant. Now we're going to throw the dice that have no name. And we have the number 9. We have Virgo. And I don't know what planet that is. Uranus. Fascinating. So for Uranus it says, and that makes total sense, because Uranus is one of the spiritual ambassador planets. It says golden aura, Christ consciousness, agape love. That's what I was seeing with that judgment card. The imperativeness of a connection with your creator. You're being challenged to become more than human. A call for change and growth in our consciousness. Your motivations are shifting from personal to spiritual. That's exactly what I'm saying. The pilot of your soul's evolutionary driver, desire, is attracting outer events and situations into your life that reflect the inner needs. I'm just saying, these provide the stepping stones for your spiritual growth. You have already overcome the world. Libra, you are already whole and lacking nothing. The biggest challenge in life is realizing that. That is the biggest challenge. The whole thing with this whole thing that we're doing is the fact that the journey that we're all on, we eventually come to the realization when we're fully awakened that you are everything. You are connected to everything, right? You've already overcome every single challenge that befalls your path. But the hardest thing about this journey is just coming to that realization. You feel me? But every single thing that you're enduring is for you to come to that realization. You feel what I'm saying? And it says mental understanding of the higher planes of consciousness. My favorite word that I created, that I used to describe me and all my subbies. Intuitive intellectualism. You know what I'm saying? It's taking everything that we know, spiritual wisdom-wise, and channeling it into a practical medium. That's the truth of what it means to have the balance of masculine and feminine. The balance of masculine and feminine energy is simply feminine energy being understanding, right? And masculine energy being the action on that understanding, right? It says realization that you are a walking miracle, spirit in bone, heaven on earth, the walking paradox, applying practical methods to intuitive wisdom. I'm just saying, Libra, it just got real. I thought it got deep for Pisces, but it's really deep for y'all. I'm just saying, but y'all know I'm here for it. But anyway, Libra, that has been your December reading. I'm going over to Vimeo, so if you're about that life, follow me over there. If not, I still love your freaking face, and I will see you guys sooner than later. Deuces. Group 1. So the thing that I'm seeing overall from my Group 1 people, I feel the hugest element or struggle, additional, seasoning to the recipe of your life is the unknown. I don't know why Pisces energy keeps coming up with this disappointment because you think something is going to happen for one group within Group 1, and for the other group, it's more or less anxiety or sadness because something has ended and you don't really know where to go from here. For my Group 2 people, and what I'm feeling for you all whatever stagnation you guys are dealing with, or things that haven't quite panned out for my group 2 people, now is the time for you guys to, it's a level of temptation, like I said on YouTube. Now my group 3 people, I feel for my group 3 people, you guys may have already started to see the fruits of your labor. But what this feels like to me is, and I don't want to invoke fear, because how I'm hearing it is like guarding against a sneak attack. Oh God, this is a disaster.